Swagatam, I should say. Swagatam, Sthiravasaraha, Dvitiyo Bhagaha, Ramayanam Sundarakandam. So this is the second class on Saturday, November 12th, from 4:30 to roughly 6 o'clock, Sundarakandam. And today we'll start with the Panchadasha Sarga, from the 15th Sarga. That's to Mangalacharanam. And today's date is the 12th, Dvadasha Dinankaha. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Bhiyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhotame Bhora Mamamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattvalyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Ondama Iti. Okay, let's start with this Sanskrit Varnam, Sankshipta Varnam, Panchadasha Sarga, 15th chapter. I think last time we just introduced this one, we didn't look at it in great detail. So, Shimshupagre Vasthaya, Sarvataschakshi Pracharayan, Hanumam Shaitya Prasadagatam, Yatha Varnita Gunavastopalakshitam, Tam vilokya tasya sitatvam nirdharayati. Punarekavaram. Shimshupagre vasthaya sarvataschakshi pracharayan Hanuman shaitya prasadagatam yatha varnita gunavasthopalakshitam tam vilokya tasya sitatvam nirdharayati. Padachya, haven't tried?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Shimshupagre
Shupagre
Avasthaya Sarvataha Chakshushi Pracharayan Hanuman Chaitya Prasadagatam Yatha Varnita Gunavasthopalakshitam.
This is Samastam Padam. Yatha Varnita Gunavasthopalakshitam. Tam Vilokya Tasyaha Sitatvam Nirdharayati. Okay, do you want to try to do the Padavichara? Do the so Shimshupagre. What is the Vibhakti Vachanam?
Saptami Ekavachanam.
Saptami Ekvachanam, Shimshupagram, the tip of the Shimshim. But there's some Partaveda here. In this book, this is a good book. It doesn't have any typos. Because in Apte or even in the Gita, it is Shimshapa. I just noticed that yesterday. It is Shimshapa and Shimshupa. Now this is a proper name of this tree. So I kept the Shimshupa in this book because this book is a very good book which I use. The one which I'm using is this old Gujarati press, which had these 3 nice commentaries in it. It's a very nice book. In fact, one of the best books. They have in fact corrected the errors of other books. But I'm seeing Shim Shapa in Apte. I'm seeing Shim Shapa also in Gita Press. So maybe, I don't know, there could be some Partaveda. I don't think it can be a typo in so many places. Let's take it like a Partaveda for time being. So Shim Shupagre. Okay. Then Avasthi Saptami Ekvachanam. Avasthaya
is Avyayam.
Is Avyayam. Yabantam Avyayam means having stationed, having positioned. Okay.
Sarvataha Avyayam.
Avyayam. Sarvataha is Avyayam. Tas pratyaya. Sarvataha is from all sides, basically means on all sides. On all sides, everywhere, sarvataha. Sarvatas comes in Gita. Sarvatas samtutodake. So yavan artha udapane sarvatas samtutodake. Tavan sarveshu vedeshu. Brahmanisya vijanataha. This
chapter 2.
Chapter 2, definitely towards the end. I would think around 270. No. That's 246, Ravi, because the Anantara Sutram is Karmanyeva Adhikaras. That's number 47. So 46 must be this one. Yavanartha, yeah, correct. Sarvatas samprutodake, sarvataha. Now, okay, if you know quick Vyakaranam, we keep Vyakaranam, this pratyaya is tasi panchamyastasil is there. Panchamyastasil sarvadi kim bahubhya. So it comes in 5.3, panchamyastasil. Kim sarvanama kim sarvanama bahubhyo dvyadibhyah. Bahubhyo dvyadibhyah. So kim sarvanama bahubhyo dvyadibhyah. I'm sorry. Kim sarvanama bahubhyo dvyadibhyah. So following one of these, kim or sarvanama shabda or bahu, but not dvi, etc. But anyway, sarva is definitely there. It's panchamyas tasil. That's one way. All these pratyaya called tasi, and that is what is called the famous sarvabhaktikaha vibhaktikas tasi. So there is a this is not a Vyakanam class. I don't want to belabor too much, but under Sutram 5444, there is a Vartikam. This tasi prakarane adyadibhya upasankhyanam. So aditaha means adau, in the beginning. So this is what is called as the sarva vibhaktikas tasihi. So this can be used in any vibhakti. It's an akriti ganaha, like vastutaha, tattvataha. All of these, this tasi pratyaya is used in variety of meaning. Parshvataha is on the sides. Parshvataha. So we can, if it's not panchamyartha, then we can use this. We can always use this. Depend shishta prayagaha. We can, I shouldn't say we can justify the tasi by the Vartika 5444, tasi prakarane adyadibhya upasankhyanam 5444. So right now we can probably say sarvata is sarvatra, everywhere. So casting his glance everywhere. So if you want to use it in that sense, we can invoke this Vartikam adyadibhya upasankhyanam. Adau is aditaha. Okay. So 5444 Vartikam can be used. Okay, let's go back. So sarvataha chakshushi. Ravi, what do we have there?
Chakshushi dvitiya vibhakti dvivachanam.
Dvitiya dvivachanam chakshus pradipadikam. Chakshus, so chakshus, so chakshuho, chakshushi, chakshumshi. So this chakshushi is this dvitiya dvivachanam. What's sutram here, Ravi, quickly? So we have chakshus plus the pratyaya out in this case. Out, Ditya Dvivachanam, right? Out. And then what do we get?
Adesha is E. Or
E Adesha. By what sutram? This one.
Don't remember the sutram.
Napumsakacha. Aunga apaha. Right? Napumsakacha. So Jashashi. Aunga apaha. Napumsakacha. So following Napumsakam. Angam. The aung, which is the au and the out, take the shi adesh. We have to practice these rules, and at least if we know the general rule where it has come, we can go to a section. We may not remember every rule, but at least if we know the area of the ashtadhyay, we can always get. So klibad aungaha shi syat. That's what it says. Jasha shi, the anuvritti of shi comes from there. Napumsakadanga duttarasya aunga shi adesh bhavati. Kunde tishtataha, kunde pashya. This is the dvitiya dvivachanam. Okay, so napumsakacha. So chakshushi dvitiya dvivachanam. It is the karma of the next one, which is pracharyan. What's pracharyan? Vibhakti there?
Pracharyan is shatranta prathama ekvachanam.
Prathama ekvachanam pullinge prathama ekvachanam. It's the visheshanam for Hanuman. Hanuman, which is the next word. Hanuman chakshushi sarvataha pracharyan, which means casting, moving his eyes, inspecting, moving his eyes everywhere. Making, we just saw today in today's class, we saw this hetumati, right? Hetumati cha. So if you just quickly, I put it down here, which is this dhatu chara gatyartaha, means to move. It also means to graze, to graze or to move, like acharaha, gaush charati, the cow grazes. In this case, Charabhakshane. So there, Bhakshane ityapi eke. So it can be Bhakshane api. So here it is but it's Gatya. Let me see, in the Dhatu Partha, what I found was this one. It's number 640. So the Dhatu Partha in the Bhva Ganaha, in 640, we have this one. Yeah. Chara Gatyarthaha is the type of Gatyarthaha. Charatir Bhakshanarthopi is the type of here also. Bhakshanarthopi. Charabhakshane cha. Bhakshane cha. Charatir bhakshane api. So it can be both, but here it means gatyartha. Now, we just saw in the earlier class today, hetumati cha. Because, you can say chakshushi charataha, means the eyes move, the two eyes move. Hanuman chakshushi charayati. So he makes them move. So now we get chara plus nich, so Hanuman is the hetu. And now what has happened is that this pracharayan is agreeing with Hanuman. This is of course a participle form, present participle. My favorite Gita example, Pashyan Shunnan Strashan Jigran Nashnan Gachan Swapan Shwasan Pralapan Decision Grinhan Mission a whole string of the Shatranta Pradipadikani. Napumsaklinga Prathama Ekavachanam Pashyan Shunnan Strashan Jigran Ityadi 5.8. Nice string of this in Gita. So pracharan is of that form, so but it's a nijjanta dhatu now. So chara is there, then anubandha lope upadesha jananasikhet, and then we get the atopadhayaha. Chutu halantyam anubandha lopa atopadhaya becomes chari. Now chari gets dhatu sanya, we saw in the earlier class today, basanajanta dhatavaha, then chari plus lat takes shatra adeshaha. Lat shatra shana chavo prathama samanadikarane. Again, here we have Prathama Samadhikarane. The way to justify that is that in the prior sutram, Panini had said Vartamane Lat, so Anuvritti of Lat was available. So then again Panini says Latashatrishana Chav Prathama Samadhikarane. So Lat iti Vartamane Punan Lat Grahanam Kvachit Prathama Samadhikarane api iti Atideshaha. Is sometimes it can be also used Prathama Samadhikarane because we have the form Pracharayan right now. That is Prathama Ekvachanam Napumsaka Linge or the Pradvitikam Pracharayat. It is Prathama Samadhikarane. So how can we use this term? It says Aprathama Samadhikarane. Justification given the commentary in the Vyakyanam, Mahabhashyam, says that all this comes from the Mahabhashyam in some way or the other. So Lat iti Vartamane Punar Lat Grahanam Kvachit Prathama Samadhikarane api Atideshartham. So we get the Shatrimis. This is the left prasyapadam tangana atmanepadam. We just saw the sutram nichascha. So these dhatu ending in nich pratyaya can take in prat, but as we're going to see maybe in the next class, we look at this sutram. I think I mentioned in the class today. I didn't go in detail. These few rules down here, which takes out nigarana chalanarthebhyaha. By the way, in our Wednesday class, we've done the Nijjanta Prakriya in great detail. So if anybody wants to listen to those recordings, today we just looked at it in brief in our earlier class today. But this important sutram, you know sutram, Ravi? Nigarana chalanarthebhyast, you know it, right? So it says chalanarthebhyaha. So it's very important to say, if anything in the sense of movement is involved, then if you form a nijjanta dhatu from that, then only prasyapadam can be used. It's a very important sutram. Not only that, anava karmaka chittakartrikatvat, any akarmaka dhatu, chittakartrika, which is the sentient being is involved in doing it, that also can take only. So now we have these special rules, because right now we have this pratyaya shatra shanach, either could have been used, but nichascha. But nigarana chalanarthebhyaha, now we are constrained. So yeah, we had to know some more details. Of course, we didn't compose this form. We are only analyzing this form. So, but it says, Kartavipraye kriyapalam vivakshayam apanipada apavadaha prasyapadam vidhiyate nigaranam abhyavahara, consuming, eating anything. Chalanam kampanam, to shake, move. Nigarnarthe vyashtalanarthe vyashtadhatubhyo niyantebhyaha prasyapadam bhavati. So nigarnachalanarthe vyashcha. So 1387. Anyway, I always say in this class, I will not do too much vyakaranam. Something always comes. So anyway, so Shatra is prasyapadam because of left prasyapadam tangana atmanepadam. Shatra is used, and then in the between where Kartri Shap comes in here, because Kartri Shap sarvadhatuke, Shatra sanya sarvadhatuke, I think she's sarvadhatukam, sanya sarvadhatukam, anubandha lopaha. Then in the meanwhile, gunadeshaha becomes chare, and then echo yavayavaha followed by atogune becomes charayat. So echo yavayavaha charaya plus atogune, so charayat. And then charayat plus su. Then Anuj is with us today, so this is one of our first rules, which is the Ubidacham Savarnamasthane Dhato Honumagamaha, and the su gets the sanya of Savanamasthanam Sudanapumsakasya. So you get Savanamastana Sanya, Numagamaha, and then Vidochantyat Paraha, etc. And then we do the Halnyabhyo, Sakar Lopaha, Puganta, I'm sorry, Sanyogantasya Lopaha, because this is Sanyoganta Lopa Asiddha, we cannot do no Lopa Prajpadikantasya. This is all covered in daily examples, I just put it here. So now, as I was talking to Ravi before the class, is that, between our Thursday, Wednesday class and the Saturday class and the Sundarakandam document and also the daily examples, thanks to Kumud a lot, we now have so many notes in place that today, to be honest with you, all these notes, I just copied, paste from somewhere else. All of these have been done before. I mean, not all. A good part of it has been done before in some class or the other. So it takes a lot of time to put these notes together. Once they are there, we just copy and put them together. Okay, so it's Pracharayan. Now Hanuman Ravi is what? Hanumat Pradibadikam. So you have the Atvasantasya Chadhato. That is Anuji's special sutram. Anuj in the class today, which is good. Which is Upadadhirgha, just like Bhagavat Pradibadikam, but in honor of Anuji coming to the class, mention this sutram, which is the Atvasantasya Chadhato. Hanu, because Pashastha Hanu, I think Hanu, both are there. Hanu, yes, Yasaha. So one which has who has special jaw. So because of Tadastyasmin Niti Matup, so 5-2, and so you get the Matup Pratyaya becomes Hanuman. And this Matup is used in some special senses, so which is Prashamsayam Matup, so it's special or praiseworthy, whatever. So of course there also Numagamaha and then Atvasantasya Chadhatoho. Comes Hanuman, just like Bhagavan. Chaitya Prasadagatam. What is the vibhakti of here, this Ravi?
Dvitiya Ekavachanam?
Yeah, it's a Visheshanam, yeah, correct. Dvitiya like Ramavat. It's a Visheshanam for the Sitam, Tam Narim, Vilokya. It's the karma of Vilokya, having spotted Tam Narim, Chaitya Prasad. The Chaitya from the Ching Chayane. It is like something which is piled up, something which is put up. It is like a monument or a statue or some like landmark, or something like a temple. So it is a place, Chaitya Prasad, either the temple hall or the auditorium or something. But in this case, it basically means a temple. Chaitya Prasadagatam. Now, Chaitya Prasadagatam is what kind of samasa is this one, Ravi? Chaitya Prasadagatam.
Bahuvri?
No. See, the one thing, Ravi, is that in a Bahuvri compound, almost always the ending member should be a noun. This Gata is an adjective. You can qualify anybody. Bahuvri normally is required when you have a noun at the end, but you want the Samastam Padam to be a Visheshanam. Like you say Mahabahuhu or, Pitambaraha or, Vrukodaraha. All of these places, Ravi, you look at the ending member, they're all nouns. Ambaram, Bahu, or, Sugrivaha, you can take Griva, Saputraha, you can say Nishpapaha, so all of these, the ending is a noun. This is a simple thing of Bahuvri compounds. There's a noun at the end, but the entire compound is an adjective. Now, this entire compound is an adjective. Chaitya Prasadagatam. It's qualifying Tam Narim Sitam. But the ending is not a noun. Gata is an adjective. It can qualify anybody. So that is why. So this is a Dvitiya Samasaha, Ravi. In fact, this word Gata is mentioned by Panini specifically in that sutram. So we look at the sutram. It says Chaitya Prasadagatam is this Dvitiya. Look at the number. The Adhikar of Tatpurusha starts from
long sutra.
Yes, Dvitiya. Bahuni santi dirghani sutrani. So tesha madhye ekam. So Dvitiya shritati patita gatatyasta prapta pannaihi. Dvitiyantam can be compounded with one of these, and one is Gata. Gata. So Rama Gataha. Ramo Vana Gataha. Vanam Gataha, Vana Gataha. Gone to that. Very, very useful compound. Is situated in that, stationed there, present there, gone there. Gone there means which is present there. So it is. So that is this since we're keeping the Vyakaranam, not spend too much time on this whole sutram. But here Pani said Vityantam can be compounded with one of these terms, and the word Gata is specifically mentioned there. So simple thing is that Vigraha Vakyam will be Chaitya Prasadam Gata, Chaitya Prasada Gata. Ditya is Prathamanidishtam, that will get the Purnipataha by 2:30, which is Upasajanam Purvam. Anyway, okay, what happens is that this Dityantam will get the Sanya Upasajanam by 1:43, which is Prathamanidishtam Samas Upasajanam and Upasajanam Purvam 2:30. But the main sutra we need here is, without going too many details, is 2:124. Ditya Shitatita Patitagatatyasta Prapta Pannaihi. Okay, now let's continue, and then we have the next term, which is the Yatha Varnitya Gunavastopalakshitam. Of course, this whole thing is same as before, as Ravi said, is Vityantam like Ramavat. This is also qualifying Tam, Narim, Sitam. Now, Yatha Varnitam, Yatha Shakti, Yatha Swam, Yatha Mati, Yathoktam. What are all these compounds? First thing notice is that first member of the compound is an Avyayam. Is an Avyayam. So start thinking of maybe an Amvya Bhava Samasaha. We don't have time in this whole class to give all the details, but the Vigraha Vakyam of this will be Varnitam Anatikramya. Varnitam Anatikramya. Yatha Varnitam. And the sutram here is 216. 216. In our Wednesday class, we'll be doing the Amvya Bhava Samasaha now in the, I think next month, in a few weeks now. Well, no, maybe in a couple of months. So the sutram is 216. Is this sutram Amvyayam? And now this is a long sutram, Ravi. If you thought that was long, how about this one for you? So this
yeah,
one is
I remember this.
So Avyayam, Vibhakti, Samipa, Samriddhi, Virdhi, Virdyartha Bhavatyaya Samprati, Shabda Pradurbhava Paschad Yatha, Anupurva Yogapadya Sadrishya Sampatti Sakalyanta Vachaneshu. It is Vibhakti, Samipa, Samriddhi, Viridhi, Artha Bhava, Atyaya, Asamprati, Shabda Pradurbhava, Paschad Yatha. In all these meanings, an Avyam can be compounded with another term to give what is called the Avyaya Bhava Samasaha. Avyaya Bhava Samasaha. So now, which of these meanings do we have right now? And that is the word Yatha. But now the thing is that Yatha has a fourfold meaning. Again, I don't want to spend the whole class on this, but that Yatha has a fourfold meaning. Let's quickly look at the Vyakyanam and we'll move on. If you want to do some homework, you can look at this sutram in detail. Again, the Wednesday class, we'll get to this in a couple of months. So let's look at the Vyakyanam briefly. Is that this 216, let's see what the, it is a sense of Yatha. But that Yatha has a Chaturvidhartha. It has a fourfold meaning, that Yatha in this sutram. So, okay. Now, Yatha is Yatharthe Yadavyayam. When Avyayam in the meaning of Yatha. It's not that Avyayam. Right now we happen to have the Avyayam Yatha. But in that sutram, Panini is talking about the meaning Yatha. In that meaning. So, Yatharthe Yad Avyayam Vartate Tat Samasyate. Now, what is the Chaturvidhartha? Chaturvidhartha is Yogyata. There is a typo here. Vipsa Padarthanati Vritti. This is the one. Padarthanati Vritti. Padarthanati Vritti. It's not transgressing, in keeping in the bounds of something. Yatha Shakti. Shakti Manatikramya Yatha Shakti means as to your ability. According to your ability, is become Yatha Shakti. Sadrishyam Chiti Yatharthaha. There is four meaning of Yatha. Yogyata is a typo here, should be Vipsa. Padartha Anativrittihi, Padartha Anativrittihi, and Sadrishyam. So Yogyatayam Anurupam Yogyata, then Vipsa is Pratyartham, Pratidinam, etc. Padartha Anativrittihi, Yatha Shakti. So this is what we have. This is what we have right now. This is the compound Padartha Anativrittihi. means not transgressing. So that's the vacuum which I gave here is, so Sutram is 216. If you want to do some homework, you look at that. Again, the word Avyam is in the Prathama Vibhakti in the Sutram. That will go first in the Sutram. So this Yatha is not talking about Avyam Yatha. It's talking about the 4 meanings of Yatha. But one of them happens to be that Padartha Nati Vrittihi, for which the Avyam Yatha can be used. That's the confusing part over here. So this Yatha is not just the Avyam Yatha, but those 4 meanings. And one of those meanings, the Avyam Yatha, fits in there. So the Vigravakyam is Varnita Vanatikramya, means in according to, not transgressing, in keeping with the what was described. Varnitam Vanatikramya, Yatha Varnitam. Yatha Varnita, when you go in the compound, there is no sup after, so Yatha Varnita. The Gunavasthopalakshita. So Guna and Avastha. So Guna means the qualities, Avastha means the state. Maybe state means position in life, kind age, etc. So Vaya Adi. So Gunashcha Avasthacha. You can make it Gunavasthaha. And then Guna, so Yatha Varnita is qualifying these now. So her Upalakshitam means she was characterized by. So Gunavasthabhi Upalakshitam. So she was characterized by. Laksha is to notice, to that, but Upalakshita means to characterize, described by. So so she was characterized by these qualities and also her age, etc., her position in life, which was as described. So Yatha Varnita is now is a Kriya Visheshanam basically. So it is a Kriya Visheshanam because it's an Avyabhava Samasa. It's an Avyayam. Yatha Varnita Guno Gunavasthopalakshitam. So she was characterized by the signs and her age, etc., which was in keeping with what was described. Let's see, do I have anything more here? Okay, that's all I have over here. Okay, so then Tam Ravi is straightforward, right? Ditya Ekvachanam Pradipadikam Tat. I mean, Stilinge Vilokya. Now Vilokya Avyam, Labantyam Avyam. Like, you know, Anubhuya, so Vicharya, so Vibhavya, so all of these, you know. So Lokru is given as Bhasha, but this has many meanings. Lokru is like basically to look in English, right? Lokru is to look. We find the word Lokaha also comes from that. Lokyate iti Lokaha, that which is observed. Lokaha. And today we see this word Nich in the class today. Shuradibhyo Nich. It is in the Shimaganaha. Shuradikanaha. So you get the form Loki. Loki gets Dhatu Sanya. Now when we add the Pratyaktva, which is in the sense of Samanakrityayoho Purva Kale, which is many times daily examples, then we form a Samasaha with Kugati Pradeha, form a Gati Samasaha. And then when Samasa is formed, Samasanyang Purve Ktvo Lyap, with the Lyap Adeshaha. And then finally, the Suttam which in the next class, we see in the next class, this one, Niraniti, Niti. With the niche, look at the number, by the way, 6451. Today we just saw the Sutram Ato Lopaha, 6440. We just saw today in the section of Ardhadhatuke. Same thing. So Anirada Ardhadhatuke Pare Ne Lopasyat. Niche takes Lopaha when you have a Pratyaya which is Sanya of Ardhadhatukam, which does not have an Idagamaha. Now Idagamaha also we'll see coming very soon, and that Idagamaha only comes with has a possibility of coming when the pratyaya is valadi. Ardhadhatukasya valadehe. Right now what do we have? We have the pratyaya which is the lyap. Remember the val letters is hal, excluding the yakara is val. So the lyap cannot take an idagamaha. So that is why, but it has a sanya of ardhadhatukam by ardhadhatukam sheshaha. So now we can see that why the niche takes lopaha, because of Niraniti 6451 Aninada Vardhatuke Pure Ne Lopasyat. And because the lyap is Anubandha Lope Ya, it is a yakaradi, it's not valadi, it cannot take idagamaha. So Vilokyam is having observed. So that was the final step, Niraniti. Because most in the next class we'll see this one in the Niraniti. Okay. Tasyaha Ravi, what is the straightforward, right? Tasyaha Shashti Ekvachanam. But the Avastha was the same thing. Was this Dhatu Shtha. Yeah, Shashti Tasya, correct. Shashti, Shashti Ekvachanam Tasya. So going back to Avasthaya over here, it's also the same, this Samankritayo Purvakale Ktva, then Samasanyang Purve Ktvo Lyap, Dhatu Vashtha Gati Nivrittau, and by Dhatu Adeshasaha, and then the Nimittasya Paya Nimittikasya Pyapayaha. So we get Avasthaya. Okay, Sitatvam. What is the vibhakti here?
Sitatvam. Dvitiya ekvachanam.
Dvitiya ekvachanam, like lagutvam, gurutvam, satyatvam, you know. Tasya bhavastvatala. Thank you, Ravi. This is very important sutram, which is the 51119 in the Maharanyam of the Dita Pratyaha. In the great forest of the Dita, this is a nice section at the end of chapter, the first part of chapter 1. Panchamasya patamasya pade, antima bhage, antya bhage. Ayam adhikaraha pravartate, which is the tasya bhavaha. With thatness, English we call it thatness, tasya bhavastvatalo. This is tadita pratyaya. We will see after maybe a year or two in the beginning class. So they are the pratyat. Tva is prescribed also pratyat. Tal. The tva is used napumsakalinge and tal is used silinge. So we get gurutvam, guruta, mahatvam, mahata, lagutvam, laguta, and so on and so forth. Thatness. Chitatvam. Now nirdharayati, this dhatu dhri, this is a bit of a controversial dhatu. I took this term to dhri dharane, this niche, some people claim this dhatu is also in the churadigana. So dharane means to bear, to hold, to put, but nirdha is to ascertain, to make sure, to conclude. So nirdharayati means he ascertains, he concludes, he reaches to the conclusion, he figures out. So now if we think if it's in the Bhadiganaha, we'll have to make it Hitumaticha, niche, which was the class today. So to make, to hold, to make something hold. So anyway, these dhatus with the upasargas and everything, they don't add up like mathematics. So nirdhru with this niche takes the meaning of to ascertain. So if it's in the Churadiganaha, then we can use the Churadibhyo Swarthe niche, Atma Hitumaticha. And then once you do that, we get the Anubandha Lopaha, Achonyiti, Uranraparaha, Dhari gets the Dhatu Sanya by Sanadyanta Dhatavaha. And then like Chori becomes Chorayati, Dhari becomes Dharayati. We just saw in the class today, Pratya, Tip, then Shap comes in here. Sarvadhatukardhaka Yoho, and then Echoyavayavaha. Nirdharayati means ascertains. Okay, Ravi, let's try this one. Casting. Pracharayan, moving, making them move. I think his is understood. Eyes, two eyes. Chakshushi, all around. Sarvataha. While remaining perched, avasthaya, having stationed, having positioned on the top of the Shimshapa tree. Shimshapagre. Hanuman is Hanuman. Catches sight. I think having sighted, basically. Vilokya. Of Sita is Tam. In a temple is his
Chaitya Prasada
Gatam. So Chaitya Prasadam Gatam, Chaitya Prasada Gatam, Ditya Samasaha. And recognizes her. Nirdharayati. Again, her is again the tam, by virtue of her characteristics and age. These are from two different books, so it will not be exact match over here. The Yathavarnita has not come in here. Yathavarnitam na likitam. Yathavarnitam anuvada na vartate. It is not Yathavarnitam. Yathavarnitam should have come in the translation, because by virtue of her characteristics and age being as described. So, Palakshitam. Okay. Okay. Basically, he recognized her, who was characterized by characteristics and age which were as described, means before when he came he was told for Sita like. Okay, let's take one sutram, actually Sardham Sutram. Sukharham dukkasantaptam vyasananam kovidam. Tam vilokya, again same thing, tam vilokya is coming, same one before, tam vilokya. Vishalakshim adhikam malinam krisham. Tarkayama sasiteti karanair rupapadibhihi. Sukharham dukkasantaptam vyasananam kovidam. Tam vilokya vishalakshim adhikam malinam krisham. Tarkayama sasiteti karanair rupapadibhihi. Okay, try to do Pradacheda for us.
Sukharham Dukkasantaptam Vyasananam Akovidam. Oh, is there a typo?
Oh, the typo here, I'm sorry. Kovidam, it should be. Can you correct that one, Ravi, please?
Yes.
Should be Kovidam. Down here is correct, down here should be Kovida. Okay, so the typo, I'm sorry. Should be Kovidam. Okay. Then Tam, while Ravi is correcting, let me do while Ravi is correcting the typo. Tam Vilokya Vishalakshim Adhikam Malinam Krisham Tarkayamasa Sita iti Adgunaha Sita iti. Now this Adgunaha iti ends the quotation. The single word Sita is in quotation. That Tarkayamasa Sita iti. Karanaihi upapadibhihi. So the Padacheda is Vivida Padacheda. So Sukharham Dukkasantaptam Akovidam Tam Vishalakshim Malinam Krisham are all Dvitiya Ekavachanam. Silinge Dvitiya, either Ramavat or Devivat. So, and all the karma of Vilokya. So, same thing we had here, Vilokya. We're done. Okay, let me, thank you, Ravi. Let me refresh my page. Ravi corrected the error, so. Okay, so Kovidam. Okay, Ravi, so we're just talking about this Sukharham, Dukkasantaptam, Akovidam, Tam, Vishalakshim, Malinam, Krisham is all Dvitiya Ekvachanantam. Dvitiya Ekvachananta Shabdaha. Okay, then Vyasananam, Ravi, is what?
Shashti Bahuvachanam.
Vyasanam. So Vyasanam, Dhatu Asukshepane. Vyasanam is throwing all around, kind of. Means it is a difficulty, hardship, Vyasananam. Okay, Vilokya we already saw. Vishalakshim. I think Adhikam here is looks like it's a Kriya Visheshanam. So Kriya Visheshanam, because it is not Samadhikaranam. Adhikam Yatha Syat Tatha. Excessively. So this is a Vartikam on, I think, the 2-18 Vartikam, this is on the Sutram of Vibhavascha, 2-4-18. Avibhavascha, there is this Vartikam which says Kriya Visheshanam, Klibata Ishyate, Karmatvam cha. So these adjectives, so you have to, because see, Adhikam doesn't really have anything in Samadhikaranam in the shloka. We see everything in the feminine gender. And Hanuman is in Prathamaya Bhakti. And there's nothing here in, like in Dvitiya Ekvachanam Napumsakalinge, like Ramavat Shabdaha, or like Vanavat Shabdaha, Prathama Dvitiyayam. So we'll take it as Kriya excessively. Adhikam Yathasya Tatha Napumsakalinge Dvitiya Ekvachanam. Tarkayama says the Kriya Vishesh, Kriya Padam, Tingantam Padam. It's the verbal form. That I think Ravi has put the notes down here. Tarka Bhashartha, not as a Bhashartha. Tarka means basically to surmise, to deduce, to figure out. Tarka Bhashartha. Now it is because in the Churadigana, we get the Swarte Nich, and then we get the Tarki. Tarki gets Dhatu Sanya by Sanadyanta Dhatavaha. Now we have seen this many times before in the class, is that these derived dhatus, when lit pratyaya comes with that, then they don't go by the usual Dvitva Prakriya. but instead they get the am pratyaya in between there. So normally we should have taken the liti dhatu anubhyasasya and take dvittam, etc. But kas pratyayad amamantre liti is what Panini says, that if you have a pratyayanta dhatu, nich being a pratyaya, then what happens is that it takes pratyaya am. So kas pratyayad amamantre liti. So that is 3135. Very important sutram. We'll see in the Saturday class, in the beginning class, the first Vyakarana Bhage. So patishyate. It will be studied by us very shortly. So kas pratyayad amamantre liti. This word is called the anuprayoga letta. Anuprayoga because 3140 says krincha anuprayjate liti. So the dhatu kru bhu as is used with this amantam, with the amantam, tat paschad krincha anuprayjate. So let's quickly follow this. Again, we won't go in all details, but we'll be seeing this in the beginning class in the next few weeks. So lit is coming over here. The pratyaya am comes. You don't need the vartikam here. There's also vartikam say that any anekar dhatu will take it. But this right now we have this tarki ending in the nish pratyaya, so we can just use the sutram, which is kas pratyayad am amantrality avede, not in Vedas but bhashayam. So am comes in here, and then this what happens is that we had this sutram which is now am has sanya of ardhadhatukam, and then it is also cannot take an idagama because we just saw 7 to 35. It says ardhadhatukasya valadehe am pratyana valadehe aka ajadi ta idagamana sambhavati. So we cannot get agama. So then what should have happened is that sutram which you just saw, which is near niti, anidada vardhadhatuke pare ne lopasyata. So nit should take lopaha. But instead of that comes a special sutram 6455. Look at the number 6455. When certain pratyas follow, the nich does not take lopa. It takes the ayadesha. Ayadesha, not ay, but ayadesha. Ay. Akara yakara adesha. So ayamantal vayet vishnushu. So it's the difficult, the tongue twister. Ayamantal vayet vishnushu. Vayet vishnushu. Ayamantal vayet vishnushu. So these are ay is the adesha. Amanta. So these are all pratyas here, and am is the first one. So when one of these pratyas follow, the nich takes the ay adesha, akara yakara adesha. So we get now tarkai am. And then comes the sutram which says amaha luksyat. Look at the number 2481. 2481. We already have studied 2472, which is the adiprabhuti shapaha. We also have studied 2475 yotyadi vyashlo. So this one is saying amaha. Following am pratyaya, look takes place. Now by this sutra according to Siddhanta Kaumudi, this of course lit takes lopaha, then pratyaya lope pratyaya lakshanam, and then kritadita samasascha. But this lit pratyaya has a krit sanya. Any lakara, lit, they all have the krit sanya. Only when the tipta ji comes in their place, then krid ating. The krit sanya is lost. But in this case, the strange thing which happened was the tipta ji never came in place of lit. Lit stays as lit. It took the look. So then what happens is that by kritadita samasascha, so pratyala pratyakshanam, kritadita samasascha, it gets the pratipadika sanya. Very strange. So we started to derive a verbal form, and now we ended up with a pratipadikam, tarkayam. So then we had to bring the autsargikaha supratyaha, the default su has to come by, so just amount. But even that goes away by amaha, 2451. Amaha luksyat. So amaha, according to Siddhanta Kaumudi Pattuji Dikshitaha, the amaha does the look not only of the lit pratyaya, but also of the supratyaya. Now we get tarkayam, and then we get sutram 3140, which says that krunchanu prayujyate liti. This kru bhu ast. In the sutram, the kri is a pratyahara, kru bhu ast. So one of these three will come with anuprayoga, which with their own lit pratyaya. So we'll get us with lit, or kru with lit, or bhu with lit. Now the us is the most common one. In Gita we have Ashvasayamasa, the Darshayamasa and so on. So there us is more common. So us comes with lit in this case. And then Anubandha Lopaha, Tiptajji, it takes the Nalla. So this will be the normal lit prakriya for us plus lit. Dvitva lit. So we get the null atas us, the adesha for tip. I said to you many times, the 3478 is only defaults. You have to look at the meaning of 34 to get the lakar sambandhik karyani, and then anubandha lope a, and then we get the abhyasa karyan vitidhat or anabhyasasya haladi sheshaha. Now special rule comes which says ata adehe. Look at the numbers 7470. Now we have looked at these rules like rasvaha, halad sheshaha, we looked at kuhoschuhu, we have looked at murat, but those are all, samanyena vihitani. So they are given in, doesn't say which kind of abhyasa. Vishesha abhyasa na apekshate. Doesn't say it is this kind of abhyasa, that kind of abhyasa. But below then comes special rule with where certain kind of abhyasa of lit, abhyasa of sun, etc. So here vyatho liti, and the anurti of liti is coming down, ata adehe. So when in the abhyasa, which is caused when the lit pratyaya causes the abhyasa, then the beginning akaraha takes the dirgha adesha. If it did not, we would have had the problem, atogune would have come over here. Atogune would have come. Between the akara and akaraha, atogune, puraparayoha ekadesha would have come as the pararupam. To stop that, ata adehe, because this is a lit pratyaya was used, the adi akaraha takes the dirgha adesha, tarkayam as, and then akasvami dirgha tarkayam asa. So this is the prakriya. We see this in detail in the Vyakaranam Vibhaga pretty soon. Okay, so tarkayamasa, that's the tingantam padam, tarkayamasa. Now, where is it? I'm sorry, where I lose that. Tarkayamasa. Okay, Sita. You were the first.
Prathama ekavachanam.
Iti amvyayam. So Sita in the quotation. Karanaihi.
Karanai trutiya bahuvachanam.
Bahuvachanam napumsakalinge. Upapadhibhihi. Is titya bahuvachanam. It is samadhikaranam with karanaihi. It's also napumsaka visheshanam. It is napumsakalingam in this case. So now sukharham, let's talk about that. Sukham arhati iti sukharha. This is the upapada samasa. This also has been done in great detail in the Wednesday class. So if anybody wants to listen to the recordings of the notes, all I did was I just did a copy paste from there, because this just did a copy paste from that class. So sukham arhati sukharha. So sutram for upapada samasa is the main sutram, is upapadam ating. To form any samasa, you have to find a samasa vidhaka sutram in the Ashtadhyay 2.1 or 2.2. And the main sutram for upapada samasa is upapadam ating 2.2.19. So a qualifying upapadam can be formed with, can be compounded with shabdantarena, samarthana shabdantarena. Doesn't have to be supa, but as long as atingantam is not being formed. So to find out which are the qualified upapadas, we have to go to 3.192, which says tatropapadam saptamistham. Tatropapadam saptamistham, 3.192. So in this adhikara of dhatu, starting from here, is indicated by the saptami. That qualifies as a upapadam. So now when we have what we have here is the sutram which says, I think the sutram is arha itself, 3.2.12. 3.2.12. So what does that sutram say, 3.2.12? Anurvritya of, I think, karmani is coming down. Karmani is coming down. So 3.2.12 says that arha pujayam asmad dhatoho karmanyupapade. So when this karmanyan from 3.2.1, karmani is coming down, karmanyupapade ach pratyaya bhavati anupavadaha. So normally karmani an would have come, like kumbhakaraha, sutrakara, bhashyakaraha. Instead, if this dhatu arha is there, so I think arha pujayam, then we have to use pratyaya acha. Ach is used to form upapada samasaha by sutram arha. Now what difference does it make whether you use ach or an? Because in any case there is no guna adesha possible, because the upadha is repa and it's a halant dhatu. So we get sukharha only regardless of what we do. But the commentary says anu apavadha, apavadha for karmanyan, srilinge visheshaha. The special property will come in srilinge. If you use the pratyaya an, there is a sutram 4115. Pratyaya neep should be used. Vikumbhakari it will become. But when you use this pratyaya ach, there's only ajadyata top. You put the top on top, right? So in order to get the correct form in the feminine, which is what we have here, which is sukharham. If you had used karmanyan 3 to 1, we got sukharhim would have gone. Anishtam rupam syat. We got the incorrect form. So to avoid the tidhani, which is 4115, from coming in and putting the ni pratyaya in the feminine, Pani says arha. So this arha, we take the pratyaya ach karmani upapade, karmanya upapade. When the upapadam is an object of that veneration or someone to deserve. So sukham arhati. So sukha plus plus arha plus ach. So sukha arha anubandha lope chakaraha. And then of course this gets the pradipadi sanya vekritvita samasa ascha supluk supodhatu pradipadikayoho sukharha akasami dirgaha. Feminine only top comes in the feminine, comes in like that, comes in Gita. Katam bhishmaham sankhe dronancha madhusudana ishva prasyosyami pujarha varisudana. So pujam arhati pujarha. Pujarhau. Gita 2.4. Same thing. No, dukkha. So the important thing is here in the feminine, you have to get the pratyaya top. All this is in the Wednesday class recordings is there, so if you want you can go in more details there. Dukkhena santapta, dukkha santapta is simple titya samasaha, who was afflicted with grief. Tam dukkha santaptam. Then na kovida, akovida, also straightforward compound. Nyang tatpurushaha. Nyang means that it's a negation. And then what have na lopo nanyaha, the beginning akara of nyang takes lopaha. It's also in the Wednesday class in great detail. So akovida. The commentary is avijñatri, one who does not know, one who's not familiar with these vyasananam akovida, which is not familiar with these afflictions, these difficulties, hardships, who's not accustomed to hardships. And then Vishalakshi, Vishale Akshini Yasyaha Sa Vishalakshi, Tam Vishalakshim. Is also copy paste from Wednesday class. Vishale Akshini Yasyaha Sa Bahuvri compound. So Vishala Au Akshi Au Anekamanya Padarthe. And then we get the Purnipataha by the Sutram Saptami Visheshane Bahuvrihau. So Vishal is a Visheshanam. That's the Purnipataha. Then Akasami Dirgha Vishalakshi. Then comes the Samasanta Pratyaya Shach. Because the Pradipadi is Akshi. But when things take to the end of a compound, this is all the topic of 5.4, and the Sutram there is. For Bahuvri compounds particularly, there are about these 48 rules over here. 48 Vunashtade, 48 rules of what happens specifically, special operation at the end of a Bahuvri compound. And there, this Sutram is the very first Sutram in that Adhikaraha, is this Bahuvri, the Bahuvri how Satyakshnosh Swangachach. So if it's Akshi or Sakti, it means thighs. So at the end of a Bahuvri compound, if you have the word Sakti or Akshi, it has to be a body part, not use any other sense. Then Shach is the Pratyaha. Of course, Shach means Shaf Pratyayasya by 136 and by Halantyam Anubandha Lope Akaraha. So we get the Pratyaya Shach and then Anubandha Lope Akaraha. Then the Angam gets the Vasanya by Yachibham. Remember that the Swadishva Surnama Sthani Yachibham. The Swadi Pratyaha includes all the Ditas and Osir Pratyaha. So we get the Yasya teacher, Ikar Lopaha Vishalaksha. Now remember this Shach has the Mudanya Shakara as an it. So we get the Pratyaya Nish Vashid Gauradibhyascha. This Pratyaya is a Shit Pratyaya, Mudanya Shakara as an it, Shit Pratyaya. So then in that case, Pratyaya Nish comes, Striyam. Anubandha Lope, Halantyam, Vishakvatadite. And then, because remember, this is 4141. The Dita only starts from 4176. So the Shakvatadite, definitely the Ngakara is an it, Anubandha Lope E. Again, this Angam gets Vasanya, Yachibham Yasyeticha, Vishalakshi. Upapadibhi. This is a bit of a strange usage. Upapadin, like what Pravasin, Anuyayin, etc. These are all found from the Sutram, again Upapada Samasa by 3278. It is Supya Jato Nistachilye. Is that when any Upapadam, Supi is Saptami again. Upapada Samasa, Upapadam, Tatra Upapadam Saptamistham. Any Sup is Upapadam, doesn't have to be karma. Ajato should not be a Jati Vachik Shabdaha. Then Nini is the Pratyaha, which can come after any dhatu. Did you say after which dhatu? So dhatoho. Samanyana Vihtaha, Tachilya. If somebody does that regularly, habitually, not once in a while. It says Upapadin. You take Padagatau, make it, I think we have to make it Padi first of all. Because Upapada is to be appropriate to arise, Upapadyate comes in Gita. Upapadayati. So Upapadanam is to make to arise. To make to arise, to make happen to. So if you look at Apte, let's look at the Upapada in the causative meanings. Hetumati. Upapadayati means make something happen, to make something arise, to make something jive. So Upapad in the causative, let's see what's Upapad. In the causative, the meaning that he gives is that, let's see, to bring about into any state, to cause to arrive or to be obtained, to cause to be obtained. Upapadayati, let's say Vishwasam Upapadayati means he makes him get confidence. So to offer, to present, to cause to happen, to occur, to bring about, to accomplish. So there, but here I think, okay, let's finish this form. So Padagato becomes Padi by the usual Hitumati Cha and then Atupadhayaha. And then this gets the Dhatu Sanya by Sanadanta Dhatavaha. Then Upa is the Upapadam. Upapadi plus Nini by, the Upapadam Ating, Tatrapapadam Saptami Stham, then Supya Jato Ninista Chilye, Alvanda Lopaha. Then we get the Nirniti. Again, this Pratyayen as Sanya Vardhatukam, it's not Valadi, cannot take it Agamaha. So when Nirniti, near Lopasyat, Aniradao Ardhatuke Pare. So Upapadin. Now here I think what it should really mean is that Nishchaya Upapadin, because it is something which brings about the conviction. So the Vyakhyanam on this is that Sitatva Nishchaya Upapadana Samarthaihi. It's qualifying the Karanaihi. So these reasons or reasonings, logics, which were producing what? I think that's understood. Nishchaya Upapadibhi iti gamyate. So by which produce the conviction of Sita. Sitatva Nishchaya Upapadana Samarthaihi. So Upapadana is because producing, I think, and producing what? Producing the conviction, the certainty. Okay, so let us look at the, you ready, Ravi? You ready?
Yes, sir.
This beholding.
Vilokya.
That is
Tam.
Large-eyed woman.
Vishalakshim.
Who looked untidy.
Malinam.
Malinam is untidy, means dirty. Malinam. And very is
Adhikam.
And emaciated.
Krusham.
Krusha is to become thin, to become, so Krusha Sthula comes in Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram. So Vishnu Sahasranama. So here we can quickly look at a sutram like a word, Krusthula, correct. What can you give a sutram by any chance, Ravi, to form Krusha as an adjective from the verb Krusha? You have to find a pratyaya which will not do the Puganta Lagupatasya, correct? We have to find a pratyaya which is possibly kitnit to avoid this. So let's look at this dhatu. Dhatu Krusha is to be emaciated, to be thin, to be weak. So so Krusha. This is Tanu Karane, to be trimmed. Okay. Krushodari, by the way. Krushodari. I think it comes in one of these Devi Stotram. So, Krusham Udaram Yasyaha Sa. Someone whose stomach is very thin. Okay. Oh, any chance Sutram, Ravi?
No, Satish.
Okay, the one, okay, this is for you today, Ravi. This one is Igupada. Nya prikirah kaha.
Prikirah.
Yes, igupada. Igupada, like Buddha. Right? So that's the same thing. So igupada nya is kartri arthe. What number will it be? Now tell me what number will it be referee?
It's in the Krutya Prakarana.
No, Kritya no. Kritya is passives, is active.
Oh.
Kritya's end, but after it's close to that. It's close to that, but
Krudanta?
it's Kritadhikara, of course. But it'll be around 130. See 135. Kritya's end over here. 132. Kritya only passive, Ravi. So this will not be. This is active. So Krishya Tanukarane. So it will be, so Krishyati, Divadigana, Krishyati means she becomes thin. So this is something in an active sense, is not in the passive sense. So this sutram is this one. Igupada. So the Krish dhatu has upada is ik, means so ayun ruk. So yeah. So the upadha which Krishna has the rikar as upadha, igupada, and then nya prikaraha. So janati iti nyaha. So then priyaha also comes from this. So that's what we have, igupada nyapik. And because it's lashakpadadite, anubandha lope akaraha, kriti cheti guna nishedha. Okay, so Krishna. So in the feminine ajadyata, stop, put top on top. He says, so, okay, Emma said, who had never known is not familiar with Akovidam. Calamities, Yasananam, before, and who, okay, though deserving comforts is, deserving is happiness, Sukharham, was stricken with sorrow, Dukkha Hanuman is understood, guest, Tarkayamasa, Tam is again her Tam, to be Sita, Sita iti, that ends the quotation, as Sita. So he figured out her as Sita. On convincing, Karanaihi, there is the Upapadibhihi. So Nishchayopapadibhihi. Grounds is the Karanihi. So by reasonings which were convincing, which are producing conviction. It will be producing means conviction. Okay. So Shodasha Sargaha, next Sargaha says Sita, this is quite straightforward here. Sitayaha Shubha Shila Lakshanadi Prashamsan Hanuman Yasyah Krite Khara Viradhadayo Hataha Seyam Apyeta Drishim Duravastham Anubhavati iti Parishochati. So Sitaya Shubhashila Lakshanadi Prashamsan Hanuman Yasyaha Krite Khara Viradhadayo Hataha Seyam Apyeta Drishin Duravastham Anubhavati iti Parishochati. Okay, we'll try the Padacheda first, Ravi.
Sitayaha Shubhashila Lakshanadi Prashamsan Hanuman Yasyaha Krute Kharaviradhadayaha Hataha Sa Iyam Sa iyam api etadrishim duravastham, correct. Anubhavati iti Parishochati. Now iti ends the quotation. Where does the quotation begin? Sa, I think from Sa.
We start from here, Yasyaha Krite, because Sa, Yattat Pradipradikam, Yattat, right? So Yat goes with the Tat. This is the Tat Pradipradikam, this is Yat. They should be together. So yasyaha krite khara viradhadayo hataha seyam apyeta dushim duravastham anubhavati. So for whose sake khara, viradha, etc. were killed, even she is experiencing this kind of desperate situation, bad situation. Iti parishochati, he grieves. Okay, so I think it begins because, yeah, Seyam is the main part, but that who is she? One for whose sake these people were killed. So that's a clause which is tagging on to that. So, okay. Because Hanuman, because look at Hanuman is here, Parishochati is at the end. So in the middle is all the quotations. So that's the way it is. Okay, you want to do the Padavichara? So, Sitayaha
Shashti
Ekavachanam Shubhashila Lakshanadi.
This is Prathama Vibhakti.
No. Dvitiya Vibhakti.
Dvitiya.
Like Varivat. Dvitiya Vibhakti, Napumsakalinge, Ekavachanam, Dvitiya Ekavachanam. So Samo Napumsakat Luksyat. So this is, you can take it like Samanye Napumsakam. So I just quickly put here so Shilam cha Lakshanani cha Shila Lakshanani. So so her conduct, her behavior, and her characteristic marks. So Shila Lakshanadi. That's a Dvandva Samasa, Chartya Dvandvaha. Then Shubhani cha, then make Karmadharya. Shubhani chatani Shila Lakshanani, Shubha Shila Lakshanani, by the Visheshanam Visheshana Bahulam. Finally make a Bahuri compound. That the Shubha Shila Lakshanani Adini Yasya Tat. That you can take a Samuha, some collection, those it is in a Samahar, it is together, it is all that which was consisting of, you know, her nice conduct as well as the nice characteristics, that has become Shubhashi Lakshanadi, etc. Basically English means etc. Okay, so Dvitiya Ekavachanam Napumsakalinge, Bahuvri Samasa in the end. It contains in that a Dvandva and a Karmadhari on top of that. Okay, Prashamsan is
Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Yeah, we just saw that over here. Just now we saw that. Just put it down here again, the same thing. Yeah, like Charayan, exactly same thing. So there's no niche in here. So Shansu Dhatu Stutau. This should be Anunasika. Can you correct this, Ravi, please? Should be Anunasika. Shamsu Stutau. And then Anubandha Lope Shans Lat, same thing. Lat Shatrishana Chas Pratama Samadhi Karane. But this is Pratama Samadhi Karane. So Lat Iti Vartamani. Punalat Grahanam. Kvachit Pratama Samadhi Karane Api. Iti Vyakhyanam. Ati Deshartham. So then we make it, this is it's a Prasnapadi Dhatu, so Shatru Pratyaya comes in there, let's see, it's 1.829, so 1.829 will be here, yeah, it is Udatta, so it will be Sheshat Krati Prasnapadam, so because of left Prasnapadam Tangana, Atmanipadam, Shatru is Prasnapadam, and the Shanash is Atmanipadam, so in this case Shatru, then Kartari Shap, Anubandha Lopaha, then we get Atogune, Shansat, the same as before. We get the Gati Samasa, Prashansat, and then finally we get the Supratyaha, gets the Sarvanama Sthana Sanya, by Suranapumsakasya, and then Vidacham Sarvanamasthane Dhatu Numagamaha Vidachantat Paraha. Then usual operations Sanyabhyo Sakara goes away, Sanyogantasya Lopaha. And after we cannot do the no Lopaha Padvedikantasya because of 8 to 1. And finally Nashchavadantasya Jali. Prashamsan. Okay. Look at it, Ravi? Okay, so thank you, Ravi. So here what we have is this Shansu. That is the Anunasika here at the end. Okay, Hanuman is before. Yasyaha, Ravi, yes?
Yasyaha, again, Shashti
Ekavachanam. This Krute is an Avyayam. And comes in Gita. Heto kinnu mahi krite. Etanhantamishami ichami Kanatapi Madhusudana Apitrailokya Rajyasya Heto kinnu mahi krite. So I don't want to kill these, even for the dominion of the of all the three worlds, what to mention just for the sake of the earth. Mahikrite, Majyaha Krite, Mahikrite. So this is, let's see, it should be here. Etan hantam ichchami gnatapi madhusudana api trailokya rajyasya heto kinnu mahikrite. This is a compound, but here we have yasyaha krite, for whose sake. So look at this is from the Avyaya Koshaha, a very nice book which includes all of Vyayani, so Vyakhyana Sahitani. So nimittarthe edanto nipataha. It's a nipataha, including Chadeo Sattve is an Akriti Ganaha. So Chadeo Sattve. This is, and then it gets Avyaya Sanya by Suradi Nipatam Avyayam, because the Chadeo Sattve is in the Adhikara of Pragrishwaran Nipataha. What I'm talking about is that this Ganaha, the Chadi Ganaha, which is the Chadeo Sattve. And then Pragrishwaran Nipataha gets the Nipata Sanya. And then by 1137, we get Suradi Nipatam Avyayam. So we are Sanya. And then what happens is that, what about the Shashti? Yasyaha Krite. So that sutram is 2326 in the Vibhakti Prakaranam. So as I mentioned to you, any Vibhakti assignment has to be done in this language by sutram, which is in 2.3, and 2326 says the I'm sorry, 2326 Hetu Prayoge, which is the Shashti Hetu Prayoge, when the word Hetu is used. But this is also Hetu Arthavyam, so Kasya Hetu, for whose sake. So in this case, Yasyaha Krite, we can include that one also. So 2326 Shashti. Okay, and okay, go ahead. Krite Kharaviradhadayaha. This
Prathama Bahuvachanam.
Same thing with Hataha also. Now this is clearly the same kind of Bahuvari compound. You have the Adi at the end, means etc. Means for which that X is the first member. Means X etc. So that etc. So Kharascha Viradascha Kharaviradhav. Kharaviradha Vadi Yeshamte. So those are Rakshasaha, who were headed by Khara and Viradha, who were the prominent ones for these two. Then, okay, now let's see, Khara Viradha Dayo. Hataha is Dhatu Han. So in this case, Nakar Lopa Bhat Sutram Ravi, Nakar Lopa Bhat Sutram, which Sutram?
It's Anudattopadesha Vanati Tanotyadinam, Anunasika Lopo Jalikinti.
Very good. 6437. Upadesha Vanatitanotyadiram Nanasika Lopo Jalikiniti. Upadesha. Basically this connects to the Sutram 7 to 10. Ekach Upadesha Nudatta. So these are dhatus which to the end Nishedha. So there are 6 of them ending in nasals. Han Man Yamanama Gamarama. So these 4. So then this Han is in that list. So take Anunasika Lopo Jalikiniti. So we have that. So the Pratyakta is being used. So it becomes Hataha. And my favorite sutra, my favorite example of that sutram is Akshatan Samarpayami Dhatu Kshan Sanadi Ganaha. So Sa is
Prathama Ekavachanam.
Iyam.
Iyam is also the same.
Yeah, Prathama Ekavachanam, Pratipadikam Idam. Iyam. And all these have been formed in daily examples. If you want to practice that, please look at daily examples, search for Iyam, you'll find good examples there. Api
Avyayam.
Etadrishim.
Etadrishim is Dvitiya Ekavachanam.
Stilinge. Now this is this word Etadrisha. So Esha Iva Pashyati. Jnana Vishya Bhavati Etadrishaha. One who looks like this, who appears like this. Etad means basically like this. Etadrisha. This is also Upapata Samasaha. This is Prekshane. Ira gets its sanya by Ira is sanya vacha. Then same thing, Upapadam Mating, Tatra Upapadam Saptamistham, and then comes Suttam 3259, Kyadadishu 3259, of this 32, I'm sorry, can you make correction please, Ravi, one more, 3260, Ravi, over here. 3260, sorry about that, so 3260, Kyadadishu, Drushonalochane Kaincha. So without going all detail, this Chadadi is there. This Drish can take the Pratyaya Kai. but that should this kaicha. So this, anyway, let's keep it simple for the time being. So what happens is that this pratyaya kai comes over here, and then etad drish anubandha lope balashakvatadite halantyam, and then because this kit pratyaya cannot do any gunadesha, kiniticha stops gunadesha, then it becomes eta a drisha. This sutram 6391. This 63 adhikara is adhikara of Uttarapade, Alu Uttarapade, from Uttarapradesh. So normally in 6.3 are all the operation which takes place in the first member of a compound. But here we don't, so that's what we have. We have a compound, which we have the first member compound taking a operation. Our sutram is given here as 6391 Asarvanamnaha. Sarvanama Shabda gets the A Adesha, Drug Drisha Vatushu. So drug and drisha, when drisha, drug, drisha, when one of these follow, right now we have drisha. So by this sutram, asarvanamnaha, alontyasya becomes eta a drisha, akasakasa dirgha eta drisha. And when we take striyam, we have to add the pratyaya neep. Because normally you have ajadyata stop. The top comes on top. But by 4.115, comes sutram tidhanai dvaya saj dajnai matrash tayap chak thai kai. Here it is, korapaha. So if the pratipatikam ends in this pratyaya, is one of these tit pratyaya dha an ain dvayas dvaya saj dajnai matrach tayap chak thai kai korappa. So Kain is in that list. So it's a very musical sutram. Because of that, pratyaya neep has to be used. Then anubandha lope lashakvatadite halantyam. Angam gets the bhasanya vayachibham yasyeti cha etadrishi. Duravastha is just pradi samasa. So dushtavastha, duravastha. So, okay, I think that, I'm sorry? Oh, thank you, Ravi. Typo, yes. So, yeah, so this sutram, thank you, Ravi, is very, very helpful. So this one is, sutram is 3 to 60. Jidatyadadishu. That's sutram which you just saw. Okay, now what's remaining here? Eta drishim duravastha, again, same thing. Pradisamasa dityaya ekvachanam. Anubhavati.
Anubhavati is prathama purusha ekavachanam.
Latlakaraha. Bhusattayam. So anupasargaha. Iti avyayam. Yes. So
bhudhatu is akarmaka, but the upasarga makes it sakarmaka.
Upasarga vashad, very good. The bhudhatu is akarmaka, to be, but anubhu is to experience. So that's correct. Yes, correct. Yes, good. That's a good point. So upasarga vashad, so sakarmaka becomes sakarmaka. Iti the parishochati dhatu shuch is to grieve. Parishoch, all around he grieves, means he is very sorry. Also the same thing. Lat prathama purusha ekavachanam. Okay. Admiring. Prashamsan. The virtue and propitious bodily marks, etc.
Shubhashila lakshanadi.
Subhashila is the virtue, good conduct. Propitious body marks, etc. Of Sita, that's
Sitayaha.
Hanuman is Hanuman. Grieves.
Parishochati.
At the thought of is that iti. That lady is Sa'yam. That lady, Sa'yam. That is, she is this very one. She is this very lady, Sa'yam. For whose sake is
Krute.
Kara Viradha and others.
Karaviradhadayaha.
This is understood. Rakshasaha were killed.
Hataha.
Because this is this pratyaya nishtha. Just to cover the sutram, nishtha is 3.2.102 in the bhute adhikara. Nishtha. Pratyavatu nishtha. Among that, the pratyakta is used only passive. Tayoreva pratyakta kadarthaha. Having been reduced, or basically experience, basically that lady, I think experiencing, anubhavati, experiencing, Sacha is
etadrushim,
etadrishim. Sad plight.
duravastham.
Duravastha. I think the api is understood somewhere here. Even that lady. I think there should be some even somewhere here, but we can understand that. Okay, let's finish this last shloka. We have not much time left, but it's a very simple shloka. There's not much vyakaram here also. Well, yeah, okay, let's see what we have. Imam asita keshantam shatapatra nibhekshanam sukharham dukkhitam nyatva mamapi vyathitam manaha. Imam asita keshantam shatapatra nibhekshanam sukharham dukkhitam nyatva mamapi vyathitam manaha. Ravi?
Imam asita keshantam shatapatra nibhekshanam sukharham dukkhitam nyatva mama api vyathitam manaha.
Okay. Okay. What is the Imam?
Imam is dvitiya vibhakti ekavachanam.
Oh, Divya, this is Sarvanama Padavitikam pronoun, Sarvanama Shabdaha, Idam, Imam. Again, these are all current daily examples. I'm not doing them here. If you just want to quickly give you the general section over here, Antidadi Namaha, below that come all these rules, you can practice them. So, Idam Omaha, etc. We have to use this. Idam Dashcha Sutram has to be used. So, these are all coming here. Now, yeah, Tvitiya Ekvachanam, Idam Pradipadikum, Stilinge, Sarvanama Shabdaha, Asthita Keshantam.
Again, Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekvachanam.
The objects of what?
Adjectives to Sita.
I'm sorry, object of which verb?
Asita Keshantam.
All of these, Imam, Asita Keshantam, Shatapatra Nivekshanam, Sukharam Dukkhitam. Is this Nyatva? Nyatva having. So Nyatva. Okay, Shatapatra Nivekshanam, same thing, right? Dvitiya Ekvachanam. So same thing here also, Sukharham Dukkhitam. Nyatva is?
Avyayam.
Avyam, which is the Samanapratikayoho Purvakale, Tvanta. And by the Sutram, Ktva Tosun Kasunaha. Specifically, Parani puts this Ktva Tosun Kasunaha. This 1.1, there are only 5 rules in the Ashtadhyayi which authorize, which give the sanya of Vyam, which is Swaradinipatam of Vyam, Taditascha Sarvibhakti, Krunmejantaha, Tvato Sunkasunaha, Avibhavascha. So Tvantam. So Tvantam of Vyam Syat. Mama is?
Mama Shashti Ekavachanam. Asmat Pratipadikam.
Asmat Pratipadikam. Apyavyam. Vyathitam
Napumsakalinge Prathama Ekavachanam.
Prathama Ekavachanam, very good. And Mana is the same. Libra Vyakaranam here is Sita is white. So Asita is not white. Nasitaha Asitaha. So that is the means basically dark. Asitaha. So same thing. So the sutram is Nyain. So na lopo Nanyaha. So Nasitaha Asitaha. Then Keshanam Antaha Keshantaha. The ends of her hair. Keshantaha. And says Asitaha Keshantaha Yasya Sa. So one whose the tips of her hair were dark. Now this says that one of the commentator, by the way, Govinda Raja, he makes some comment, interesting comment. Asitaha Keshantaha Yasyaha Tam Keshanam Agre Nailyam Strinam Durlabham. It says Keshanam Agre, at the tip of the hair of women, Nailyam. So Nirasya Bhava Nailyam means blueness or darkness. Strinam Durlabham. It's difficult for women to have the tips of the hair to be dark. This is some Gura Shastram. But anyway, this basically means that one whose tips of her hair were dark. Apparently that is Strinam Durlabham. It is difficult to have that. Then Shatapatra Nibhekshanam, Shatam Patrani Yasya Tat is basically that which has a 100 leaves, and this patram can mean actually petals in this case, and petals, many petals basically. It's a lotus, shatapatram. Shatam patrani yasya tat patram, patram. And then, because if you look at patram, I think in this case it is a petal, not a leaf, shatapatram. Shatam patrani yasya tat kamalam, shatapatram. Let's see what uptake is for patra. I should give leaf also, I mean petal also in there. A leaf of a flower, lotus, leaf for writing on, letter, a challenge, wing. What do you think, Ravi? This means leaves, or it should mean, it probably means petals in this case, right? Leaf of a flower. Nilotpala patra. This has 100 leaves or 100 petals, I would think, right? Yeah, I'm taking his petal. What do you think, Ravi?
Petal seems more appropriate.
I think petal seems appropriate. I think leaf of flower probably should mean petal. Okay. Now, Shatam Patrani is a Bahubri compound, which is 100 leaves, like innumerable leaves. So, Anekani Patrani is Shatapatram. And then Bahubri compound, because look at the ending is a noun, but the whole thing is an adjective. Then Nibha Sadrisha. So, Bha Deepta is a dhatu. So, Niyatam Bhati Nibham Sadrisham, which appears like. So, Bha is to shine, to appear also. So, Nibha is also Upapada Samasa. Same sutram, Upapadam Ating, Tatrapapadam Saptami Stham. And then sutram which says Ato Nupasarge Kaha, Ato Nupasarge Kaha. From Aranda Dhatu. No, I'm sorry, this is the wrong number. Correction, Ravi. It's the second time I think I made this. What system should we have here, Ravi? Can try?
Nibha and Ka.
Nibha, the Ka is required, but this is because when I just recited Sutram, I found a mistake. Sutram 323 says Atanupasarge Kaha. Like, Sukhadaha, like that, Jaladaha.
So is it Atashcha Upasarga?
Very good. Now that comes in two places in Ashtadhyaya, Ravi. Which two places?
Okay.
Which two places? Which one do you want? Which one do you want here? Let's start with that. In fact, we just saw Sutram, remember that? Igupadanya Pikira Kaha. I think this is Anantaram Puram Sutramidam. Anantaram Puram. It's immediate prior to that. Or maybe immediate prior or after? Immediately after that, I'm sorry. Anantaram Uttaram Sutram. So 136, Atashchapasarge. No, now, where else in the Ashtadhyaya comes Sutram, Atashchapasarge? In the Ashtadhyaya, where else does it come? Where else does it come? I'll give you a hint, like a word like Upadha, where, how these words form? Vidha. They're feminine nouns, right? So these, yeah, Striyam Tin Adhikare. Adhikar Striyam Tin. Same sutram, Atashchopasarge. Say Atashchopasarge. So there's Pratyating Ang is coming over there. So anyway, right now we need 3-1. So can you correct the number, please, Ravi? Can you edit that one, please? 3-1-136 is what we need. 3-1-136 is what we need. So yeah. Okay. So correct. It is Upasamasa because it says Upasarge. So this 3-3 is not the right number. This should be 3-1-136. So we get the ka pratyaha anubandha lopa tasya lopaha. Then ato lopa iti cha. Adantangasya lopa bhavati. Kiniti ajadau ardhatakya pratyaya parataha. When the pratyaya following is a kitnit pratyaya, ajadi kitnit. In this case we have pratyaya ka anubandha lopa which is ajadi kitnit pratyaha, sanya of ardhatakam, of course, because of ardhatakam sheshaha. We can nibha, it's an adjective which looks like resembles, so resembles, and then make it shatapatrena nibham, which resembles a lotus. And then after that, dhatu iksha darshane, ikshate anena iti ikshanam, nayanam. This pratyaya lut is added, to form abstract nouns, but also in the sense of karnadhikarana yoscha, the sense of karanam or adhikaranam, So ikshate anena iti ikshanam nayanam. So which is an eye, that by which you see is an eye. So that's 33117. And then finally make it shatapatra nibhe ikshane nayane yasya hasa. Shatapatra nibhe kshana. So here this is it's a Bahuvri compound and Ajadyata stop on top of it. Now, so we didn't have the word Akshi over here, by the way. Before we had the word Akshi at the end. That's why we had to use this Samasanta Pratyaha, Shach. This from you, because Vishalakshi we had. That Sutram, this one, Bahuvri or Satyakshnoho. Yeah, and before that, the Pratyah Shach, Bahuvri how Satyakshnoho Swanga Shach. But only upon Sakti and Akshi. So this we have Ikshanam here. The meaning is the same, but the Akshi Shabda is not there. So therefore, there is no Shach, there's no Shidgara, be nothing, just only Ajatyata stop. Dirgha. Sukar, we already saw Sukhamarati Sukharaha. We just saw that in top. So,
Satish,
yes.
Yes, I edited it. This Shatapatra Nibhe.
Nibhe Kshana. Nibhe Kshana, right? So Shatapatram is Kamalam. So Shatapatra Sadrisha Ik. Sadrisha Kshana.
So prior to that, Shatapatrena Nibham. Is there a reason we use Trutiya Vibhakti here?
I think what it's a Tatpurusha Samasa for sure, right?
Tatpurusha, okay.
Because what else can it be? Because Nibha is an adjective. It will not be Bahuvrihi. So Nibhati iti Nibhaha. Niyatam Bhati Nibha. Already it has been made into a. So Nibha can directly qualify anybody now. So we don't need Bahuvrihi. And now what I think Titya Vibhakti, because it is in this, for example, in this sutram here, what I did was that Titya Samasa Vidhaka Sutram, in this there is this sutram which says the Purva Sadrisha. Yeah, Sadrisha, the Ravi Sadrisha is mentioned here. Purva Sadrisha Samonartha Kalaha Nipuna Mishra Shakshnehi. So these can be compounded with a Trityantam Padam. So that's why I use this one, Shatapatrina Nibham. So Sadrisha is here. Nibham is Sadrisha basically, is the same meaning. So that's why I use the Titya Tatpurusha. Tatpurusha compound definitely. Titya I think works. Shatapatrina Nibham, Shatapatrina Nibham.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I used. Now so we got Dvitya Ekvachanam, Sukharam, we just did that. Dukkitam, same thing. Dvitya Ekvachanam, Nyatva is an Avyam. Nya Avabodhane we just saw in the first class of the class, 3.4.21. Samanakarta, of course, Hanuman. Nyatva, no, sorry, Manaha is Samanakartri. Because having known, having realized this, even my mind is, Vyatitam is troubled, Vyatha. Vyatha is to be troubled. Comes in Gita, by the way, this is Vyathita. In chapter 11 comes back to back a few times in Gita. Let me see if maybe I can search for this. In chapter 11 in 3-4 places. Prabhuchitancha Manome comes in, so okay, comes in Gita 11:20, Prabhuchitam Mahatman. Again comes in Prabhuchitam, very, very distressed. Prabhuchitastataham. Prabhuchitantaratma. Look at this one. Prabhuchita again. The Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. On seeing the Vishwarupa, everybody was complete chaos. They were all helter-skelter, all scared, scattered, disturbed, alarmed. Again, Vyathishta, same thing. Then also that same dhatu Vyat. Ma Vyathishta, don't be disturbed. You just so, you should fight. Jetasi, you will conquer. Prabhuchitam Manome, again, same thing. So comes in chapter 5 of Gita, like 5 places. This Vyatha. Anyway, so my mind is troubled. Okay, Ravi. My is
Mama.
Mind.
Manaha.
To
Api.
Is seized with anguish.
Vyathitam.
On finding.
Nyatva.
This lady is Imam. With dark, long, this one I couldn't figure out. Dark, long, hanging hair, There's some Patabheda maybe somewhere here. I don't see the dark, long hanging. Basically, the tips of her hair are dark. So this one, I'm not too sure. Just quickly check any Patabheda. What number is this? Number 28, right? No, I don't see any Patabheda. I don't know where it's coming from. Dark is the Asita. Keshantam is tips of her hair. Even look at the Vyakhyanam also. Asita Keshantaha Yasyaha. You know, they're all saying. So I don't know. I don't know whether it's long hair. There's no Dirgha, Lamba, nothing like that. So I think our meaning is fine. One who has tips of her hair are dark and is understood. Lotus-like eyes.
Shatapatra Nibhekshanam.
Shatapatra Nibhekshanam. Afflicted.
Dukhitam.
Though I think is understood. No. Oh, yeah, understood, I think. Deserving of happiness.
Sukharham.
Okay. Thank you. It's just past time already anyway. Thank you, Ravi. So thank you, Anuji, for being here. We will start with the Saptadasha Sarga next time. Okay. So this is November 12th, Dvitiya Bhagaha. Next class will be November 26th. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Bhihata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhotume Bho Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattvalyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Undamaiti. Recording is fine, Ravi?
Yes, Satish.
Okay. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Anuji. Hari Om Shubharatri.